Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to FPL Gameweek 1 deadline stream itself. So I am here. I hope you guys have had a good day. We are finally here. The 37 days before the other game launched have gone by. And we are here and we're ready for the new season. So what's going to be going on today? So we're going to be streaming for about, I'd say, all the way up to deadline, which is about just over 2 hours. So we'll go through my team, what I'm thinking, where am I looking to be differential, where am I going template-ish. So we'll go through all that here today. But thank you so much if you are joining. We have FPL MFZ in the house. Welcome. I hope you're well. So what is our teams looking like? So what are we thinking about? Almost 8 million managers have joined. So a lot of people are joining last minute. So for me personally, I'm going to play the game a bit more differently this year, and everyone's going to be, they'll be pulling their hair out, probably looking at my team going, why the following, and why have I chosen specific players? I just want to be a bit more different. I know there's a whole hype or bandwagon around the whole Salah plus Pedro, but for me, it's going to be a bit more of like a bit of a differential approach as well, because I want to make sure that I play the game the way I want to play. I want to enjoy the game as well. So I'm looking for a bit of Man City team news. If, Carvial, I think if he starts, that'd be good to get him in nice and early. And then also we've got, news around Stones, Haaland, for example. So we're going to see what's going to be taken on. So for me, Chilwell was the big call. So do I play him or don't play him? Estupinian, I don't really want in my team, to be brutally honest, but the high ownership and the good fixture kind of has forced me to have him. What I'm looking for basically is to make sure I start consistently, but also have some players of my own choice, which allow me to kind of play the game the way I kind of like want to envisage to play it. So I'm playing the 4-5-1. I mean, I'm going to get a lot of messages in here around, why am I not playing the template? But hey, that's just the way I play this game. I want to be a bit more different. I want to, see if I can make any gains on it. And I've gone 4-5-1 rather than 3-5-2. So that's just the way I'm playing it. It's a very hot day today. So, what are we thinking? So, in terms of like the kind of thought process I've thought of, I want to minimise my transfers as much as possible. I want some Man City cover in the defence. So Stones is pretty much nailed on, but there's always a risk. They've got so many players in the defensive role. There's always going to be something over my head thinking, do I pick him? Do I don't pick him? So I'm actually thinking at the start of this, like what I was looking to bring in was Chilwell for Estupinian. This team, by the way, is worth 99.5 mil, so I've got £500,000 in the bank. So I could bring in like Chilwell for Estupinian, but the thing is the ownership's so high. If they do well, they get a clean sheet, and he gets a return, it's going to give me a setback quite significantly. What I potentially could do is Stones to Carvial, and then I'll have £1 million in the bank. I don't really want to take out Saliba either, because I'm gunning on the first three fixtures. So in an ideal world, I want both James and Chilwell, but I really want to see how they play in the Premier League. I know we've all seen our kind of like pre-season and we've made our decisions and choices around it, but I want to have Chilwell in number one. So maybe going into Game Week 2, that's my kind of like nailed on kind of transfer on there, because I'm not really happy with the Brighton fixtures. But then I could potentially play, what I was thinking was, rather than getting Reece James, I could just take out Saliba for Thiago Silva. That might be a good little differential. £5 million centre-back nailed on for Chelsea with good fixtures. So I could kind of double up on defence there. But I do want some Man City cover, because between Game Week 3 to 7, their just fixtures are insane. But I don't know who them kind of nailed on centre-back is at £5 million. That's why I've kind of stuck to John Stones to be safe. But I know I'm going to get a lot of messages around Kevin De Bruyne. But guys, I've picked him for the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to change him in the last second. But if I do get some team news, could be a bit of an interesting one. Could take De Bruyne down to pretty much anyone. Barring Salah, I can choose any other midfielder I want. Could I play Jota? We'll have to wait and see. So let's take some messages, guys, from you guys. So we got Logan. Am I the only one with Scott? Is that Scott McTominay, I assume, potentially? Scott McTominay, pretty much, yeah, I think he will be. FPL MFZ says, oh no, De Bruyne. Well, hey, look, someone's got to pick him, right? And he's just insane when he plays well. I want some Man City cover. I don't really want Grealish, because I think Grealish is a great creator of a move, but not just a great assister. Bernardo Silva, is he going to be nailed on? I'm not too sure. We've also got Alvarez, 6.5 if he plays. I'm not too sure either. So I think the nailed spots pretty much, even Foden's not nailed, is pretty much going to be, I would say, Rodri 5.5. Do I want to pay for him? Not really. I'd rather get Stones with a clean sheet, kind of bonus points as well. However, what I would really like, personally for me, is a bit of cover in mid-defence, midfield, and forward. I got Haaland anyway, so that's why I've kind of gone De Bruyne myself. Plus, no other experts picking him, so, and I don't call myself an expert, so why not, eh? Why not give us a chance? But I'm looking forward to the team news for sure. There might be a few more changes last minute. Let's see. Logan, we've already taken your message. FPL Mo, you always play differently. Yeah, well, I always play differently with this game. Look, there's a reason why everyone gets those high ranks, because they play the game the way they want to play. It's a so-called template. But I play this differently. I know everyone's looking at Salah, 3-5-2, the whole Pedro thing. It's just the way it is. I mean, for me, I had the Salah draft for the first week or so. I really was going for Salah, but then I looked at the fixtures. Do I really want to pay for an asset that I'm not going to captain? So this is the problem I have with the whole kind of community and everyone's advice. You want to pick Salah because you say, oh, he's value for money, 12.5 mil, but let's not pick Kevin De Bruyne, for example, at 10.5. Yes, he's a greater goal threat, but De Bruyne is a great assist threat for Haaland. So my kind of question is Darwin a better finisher? Yes, he scored goals in the pre-season, but I'd rather have someone like Kevin De Bruyne, who I know is phenomenal in this day. And with the fixtures that Man City have, I know there's a dilemma around his fitness at the moment, but let's just appreciate the fixtures for a moment. This is Kevin De Bruyne we're talking about, guys. Burnley, I've owned him when he was 12.5 million. Newcastle at home is not an easy game, but not as bad as it could be. I think the FPL fixture track has been a bit generous to Newcastle there. I think number 3 would have been better. Sheffield United, Fulham, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Wolves. I want Kevin De Bruyne in there, to be brutally honest. Out of all those assets, I'd rather pay the extra 3 mil and get him in and be assured that he's playing for us, right? And that's the way I want to play the game. Salah, I know, is nailed more on, but he's not too far about in terms of points predicted for De Bruyne if he does play. So yeah, that's why I've got him in. But if I get some team news he's not playing, then I could literally just take out De Bruyne for any player that I wish. And if not, if he doesn't even play, and it's all wrong in terms of the information we get. I've still got Baldock on the bench to come on, so not end of the world. He's playing Crystal Palace at home. Could be a bounce off from a new team in the new league. John K, hello. Thank you so much for your kind words. Finley, Mo, who should I have in my team, Stones or Shaw? Because I have Johnston and Turner rotating in goal instead of Onana. To be brutally honest, buddy, both have really good fixtures. If I had to choose between the two, Shaw has a more attacking prospect, so returns from him will be good. But if you had to ask me on a generic personal preference, I'm a United fan, as you can see. But over the first 6 game weeks, Shaw is nailed to start pretty much every game. John Stones might get rested one game, but I think Man City will get more clean sheets because Arsenal game week 4 and Spurs game week 2. Going to be goals in there. So you're banking on some assists or some returns from Luke Shaw. I think out of the 2 if I had to pick, I'd go John Stones, personal preference for now because of the fixtures are just so good. And if you look at the stats generally, even from last season, Pep doesn't rotate his squad that frequently early part of the season. That's very positive in my opinion, so I'd rather go for Stones. Camp FPL, who's the best 4.5 million defender? There's quite a few that I've looked at, buddy. I've liked Henry from Brentford. I like Tarkowski from Everton, 4.5, really good value. Maguire, if he goes to West Ham, I'm saying this as a United fan, I'm really interested to see how he's doing if he does get the move, because I think that will be a really good move for him, and I think that will really help him at West Ham as well. That'd be a good relation for both parties, so I really would be interested in him. Colwell, I've heard a lot of good things. Levi Colwell, I think, is from Chelsea, 4.5 mil. If he gets a regular start, that's really good because I'm looking at Thiago Silva myself for game week 3. So why not get a 4.5 mil playing centre back for Chelsea with the good fixtures? So that could free up some funds for the midfield. And maybe I could go Eze to Sterling if Sterling starts off well, or Mudryk. A lot of players that we can look at as well. But 4.5 mil, those are the players that I think will be a good shout. For defenders, I haven't got any 4.5 mil defenders. A Botman as well is a good shout, but the fixtures for Newcastle for the first couple of game weeks are just a no-go. So is it really worth having him on the bench? So those are the kind of players that I'm looking at the moment. Saad, deadline streams are back. They are indeed. Can I suggest something? Of course you can, Saad. I've got Steele and Fleckin and goalkeeper Stones, Stephen Brockman, Ashford, Haaland, Pedro. So that saves me 2.5 mil. Stones to Trent for game week 2. I mean, to be fair, but Bournemouth home, I would like to own Trent. If you were to ask him my honest opinion, Trent would be a really good asset to own in game week 2. But if you've got the funds, get him in, and that's a really good. Personally, for me, I think it'd be a good shot to have someone like Trent. Even Salah, they're going to play well. You know Liverpool are going to score points, guys. There are a lot of drafts out there with no Liverpool players. I think the only concern I had, or only player I was looking at, barring Salah, I never considered Trent myself. But Trent, if you're looking to get him in for game week 2 and you've got the funds, that's a great transfer. But for me, it was always Jota. Now, 8 mil, great value. It's just the rotation aspect that I'm concerned about. I want to start the season where I'm pretty reduced in risk on elsewhere. I know I've gone De Bruyne, but the thing is, even if he gets half an hour against Burnley, I think that'll be good. Personally, if he gets 40 minutes against them, even better. If he's on the bench, and he's not going to play any minutes, that's going to hurt. But he can go big. It could be a differential, guys. Owned by about 15% of managers, and it'll give me a good little boost, right? But for you, I think Trent's a good shout. Jota for me would be the other player that I would be considering. Konzo, Mo, I really don't think you should be picking De Bruyne as he's only played 30 minutes pre-season, so I'd say about 90% chance he gets benched tonight. I'd say 95%. That's why I'm waiting for the team news in itself. But one thing, even though when he came on, guys, in the 58th minute against, I think it was Arsenal in the Community Shield, he was their best player. He got man of the match. Surprisingly, he has come in as a sub. He might not get as many minutes. That's the only concern that I do have. But I think, I just think the fixtures are too good for me to ignore him. Personally, that's why I'm going a bit differential. That's just my thought process. But 10.5 mil, I think he's a good price. It's a good price. He's not been that cheap for a long time. And we know how good he can go. I think if he hadn't have played those minutes in the Community Shield, he'd be out of my squad. But hey, this is what makes the game so exciting. You got to play it the way you want to play it. I want to have some fun, guys. I want to have some, some risks that I want to take. It's pretty boring going template, the 3-5-2. I can name you the template team on the top of my head. You got Onana, you got Gabriel, you got Stupinian. People talking about Stones or Chilwell, Reece James. Midfield is Mbembo. I've heard people going on about him. Mitoma's around 40% owned. You got Saka, Rashford. As someone will have Foden, or someone will bring in Salah now as well. And up front they got Watkins, Pedro. I think obviously Haaland in itself, and Nkunku was there for me. Jackson now. So there's only about 20 players that people are really picking at. You look at those squads, and what's going to make you stand out is the differential, guys. It can go really badly, right? And your rank could be horrible at the end of this whole thing. But if it goes well, and you've got most of the players in, if you look at my squad there, I don't think there's many players in there that are risk if they all start. Yes, De Bruyne's got a question mark on him, but if De Bruyne is my only risk in the squad, not really much of a risk to be fair, but if it pays off really well, I mean, to be fair, even half an hour against Burnley, and Burnley are 1-0 up, Burnley's not an easy game, guys, by the way. I think people are just assuming Man City are just going to turn up and it's going to be a rollover or it's going to be a walk in the park. But I think De Bruyne might have a part to play. And if I could get him on, and he's really good at bonus points as well, guys, and he could get a man of a match performance, then hey, I've done well. I'm thinking a bit differently. Think outside the box, playing it a bit safe. I know exactly what people are going to do. There's a lot of content creators at the moment that I'm looking at. They're all like, the same team. But you know what? Some of them last minute are going to change it. They're going to bring in Salah and Pedro up front. They're going to mix it up. And then, you're left with the standard template, which was just a standard template. But you want to have fun. If you're going to go down fighting and enjoy yourself. If this goes wrong, that's on me, right, by the way. I've got a wild card to fix it next week if it goes really horribly wrong. And I'm not going to use my wild card, don't get me wrong. If I've chosen this team, I'm going to back it for a couple of weeks. But my plan's pretty simple, and I don't think I'll be priced out of it. In my first plan, which is Stupinian will go out this week. He's actually out of my team, but he's just owned by about 55% of managers, which is absolutely horrible for me, because if he does well, and the player I bring in, and the player I want to bring in is Chilwell, he's owned by about 15% of managers, but not everyone's got him on their first squad in the 11. They've got them on the bench as well, so that's a bit more concerning. Whereas the Stupinian, whoever's got him is going to have him in their first lineup, right? So that's the reason why I've gone for him. Then that kind of takes up my first transfer, barring any injuries or anything like that at all. So Stupinian will go out, and Chilwell will come in. And then I don't really want to get rid of my Man City cover. So if I find out Carviel is playing tonight, I'll get him in for Stones. And then basically I'll have Man City cover, and then Saliba I can literally just upgrade to that's the wrong word. I can just replace with Reece James because that'll give me £500,000 to get him in. So there's a lot I can do from there, but I just think the double up on Chelsea defence is going to be the way I go. Am I comfortable taking Stones out? Because I know Stones will get rotated, guys. He's not going to play the exact 90 minutes every single game. That's not going to occur. But I think he's more of a goal threat, in my opinion, from what I've seen in this kind of new role. Logan says, not McTominay, I meant Alex Scott. Oh, Alex Scott. Yeah, he's just signed, doesn't he? I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't heard anything that he's not going to be starting. So, could be a good punt. Good differential for you to bring in. Konzo says, Grealish plays the highest position on the pitch for City. Fantastic differential. Sure is. I think what people forget, they look at his minutes and think, oh, he played the same minutes as Foden. It was during the end of the season where he started getting rotated a bit more. So it was like when they kind of like secured most of their, I think it was it all their like cup finals, and they were waiting for at the end of it. I think it was what they were waiting for was their final to come for Champions League and FA Cup, and then they started rotating. So I think Grealish is a good shout, to be brutally honest. So yeah, why not? Why not pick him? So I've got Twitter on here as well, so I'm going to be regularly checking any team news that we have coming for Man City as well. I think it should be around 5 o'clock, so we're not too far away, to be fair. Yeah, cool. Sard says, I've got... Oh yeah, we've done that message already. X program. So why is Mbembo's ownership only 8.3? So Mbembo went down from about 20% to about 8%, as you're saying. It was due to his injury. He had a flag on his kind of profile, but he's been confirmed fit today by the press conferences. So we should hopefully be seeing him back in the squad tomorrow. There we are. Finley, no worries. Logan, if I was you, I'd put Alex Scott over one of your midfielders, have an extra striker. The thing is, buddy, I don't see any value in those strikers. I really don't. I think people look at my squad and think, oh, De Bruyne is injured, it's a bad pick. Just forget his injury. Forget he's injured tonight. I think that's a really solid midfield. I would rather have De Bruyne in as half injured than a fully fit Pedro. I know Pedro could go and get 12 points, 15 points, score a penalty or whatnot, but I know what De Bruyne can do as well. He's got Haaland in front of him. That is what I'm looking at, guys. That is the kind of differential that I'm playing. If it pays off, great. It will help me. If it doesn't, hey, I'll hold my hands up. Keith, how are you, Keith? Thank you so much. I really appreciate your kind messages. That was really nice of you, Keith. I've missed being here, and I'm glad to be back. So let's play the game. FPL MSS said won't be nice as just Haaland owner tonight. Oh yeah, so that's it. A lot of people are like overlooking how good Man City are, but Man City are going to score the goals, guys. They're going to score the goals. So they're going to score the goals. And guess who's going to be providing them? The midfield, right? The highest assist provider most assists provided was by Kevin De Bruyne. Most goals scored by was Erling Haaland. So why not own them? With the fixtures they have, yes, he's come back from an injury, he's played 30 minutes, but I tell you now, those 30 minutes he played against Arsenal were absolutely fantastic. I'd rather watch 30 minutes of him playing than any of the... I've not seen any of the other midfielders, to be brutally honest, guys. But I know what he's capable of. Everyone's going to remember his missed penalty. He's not there for penalties, guys. We've got Haaland there. Sard, KDB is a minutes threat. I don't think he's fully fit right now. Thoughts on Foden? Yeah, I mean, if I find out team news, I'll just literally switch him. Simple as. He's a minutes threat, but he's an absolute threat to the other team as well. Sard, yeah, Trent would be better now since Liverpool get Caicedo. Yeah, I mean, that's not confirmed, by the way, about Caicedo. I think he's just literally put in that with his agent, he's interested in Chelsea. Havertz could be a good shout as he'll probably be in the Arsenal striker and they've got easy fixtures. Yeah, Havertz will be a good shout. Good fixtures, but it's just for me always been a concern of him is his finishing ability. The guy had a glorious chance last week and just didn't pounce on it. So Havertz could be a good differential. I actually like Nketiah and Trossard to be fair, but it's just the minutes concern. John K, only differential I got is Diaz. Nice. Well, I've got differential and De Bruyne. I mean, to be fair, is there anything differential about him? Personally, yeah, there's a minutes risk, but if you choose any other Man City asset, is Foden a minutes guarantee? No, of course not. The only reason he's a minutes concern is because of an injury, not his position. Whereas the other player that we pick is a positional risk itself, not an injury risk. So I've taken a bit of a risk on that way. But overall, I'm happy with my squad. I do like it. I rated it in one of the tools for rating your team, and I got 97%. I'll take that, to be fair. And the reason on my bench, guys, I got Turner. Baldock is kind of like my main kind of like cover for any players that get rested. Most of them are pretty nailed. And Bamba might get a few minutes up front. West Ham have sold a few forwards. And Ujo is basically, I think that's how you pronounce it, Ujo, for Nottingham Forest. It's just a placeholder. He's low ownership. I don't want to put Archer or anyone with high ownership in because I know people are going to play wild cards. And I don't want price drops. So that's why he is just an enabler. Sard says Burnley's a good team, but they are attacking, so might open up gaps for City. Company has done a great job. He has done indeed. So that's what I'm saying, guys. You know, it could be City could be 1-0 down within 60 minutes. It could be a 0-0 after 70 minutes. And if they bring on De Bruyne, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather he starts the game, but yeah, I mean, I'd rather have him. Logan Mashton says a couple of differentials such as Scott Bournemouth and Pedro's captain. Not bad. Bit more differential than me. John K and 1 million in the bank. Ooh, lovely. Got some funds. I've got 500,000 as well, guys. So I'm playing this with not 100 million, but 99.5. I do like having a bit of spare. But last year I went big in the back, but it wasn't good. But this year I've gone big in midfield. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Just ignore De Bruyne for 5 minutes, please. Just let me know what your thoughts of the squad are generally. Is it a good squad? Do you like the balance? Is it differential? Is it nice to see something different? Let me know. Make sure you guys hit the like button as well and the subscribe button, guys, too. I would really appreciate all the help and support we could get. Conte says Diaby is my differential. Diaby's really solid. In midfield, I've gone Eze all kind of like summer, but Diaby looks like a good pick. He will be a good pick. I reckon a lot of people will kind of jump to the bandwagon, but it'll be interesting worth seeing him. I've actually been concentrating on other players. Well, Harvey Barnes is going to be interesting at Newcastle. There's also Tielemans, who's moved as well. That's going to be interesting at Aston Villa as well. Is he going to be a penalty taker? Watkins has an awful record. So just have to wait and see to see who takes those penalties there. FPL Onana versus Pickford Mo. I don't want Pickford in goal. No disrespect. He'll get points, don't get me wrong. Onana's set and forget for me. United fixtures are too good. Wolves at home and Forest at home in the first three. I'd take that. Sard, we're unlucky Guardiola comes on from the bench. Oh yeah, it's very likely he will start, but we'll just have to wait to see if we get any team news. Oh. FPL says Alex Scott is injured. I haven't got an injury status for him, but I did hear the press conference say he has signed, so that's the only thing I've heard from him. Genius Gamer, Colwell, a shout. Colwell is a really good shout, 4.5. I'm actually looking out for him as well. It's out of him and Thiago and Thiago Silva and Colwell are the two centre backs I'll look at from at least game week 4 onwards. Konzo, would you rather not get Salah in, especially for the Bournemouth at home, and then get De Bruyne in game week 3? It's just too much movement, guys. So I've got other plans here to make personally for my own team game, and I don't think Newcastle's a bad fixture at home for Haaland either. The question I'm thinking is, do I really want to go against the template itself? 86% ownership. I know it's not going to affect much. We'll just have to wait and see. Konzo, would you not rather... Oh, sorry, that. Sard says, thoughts on Udogie. He's a good shout. The only thing is, clean sheets are going to be difficult because they play such attacking football. But otherwise, I think he is a good shout at that price, and they will play forward. So plenty of attacking returns potentially possible, just like Perisic last year. Hassan Gaming 101 Short says hi. How are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Saad Ali says the double Arsenal defence is a high risk reward. Nice to see a differential squad. Thank you so much. I mean, I've got two of the best centre backs from the best defence, second best, one of the best defences I'd say last year, and they cost me 10 mil. Why not? So within 15 million, I've got three players from reasonable defences, and that's Onana, Saliba, and Gabriel. Job done, right? Would you rather have Steele and Flecken, Johnstones, or Onana with a 4K goalkeeper? I mean, I've got Onana in, buddy, and I've got Turner as my backup. 4.5, there's really good options. If I was to choose a 4.5, my 4.5 goalkeeper, personally for me, is Leno from Fulham. I thought it was fantastic last year. And if I was going to go 4.5, he is the player that I'll be going for. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the news comes in from Man City team news. But we'll have to wait and see. But I think this looks like a generally good squad. What differentials are you going for, guys? I know we're mostly going to have template teams, but who will you be selecting for your squad in the game? Conte says, which content creators do you watch? I watch them all. I'm not going to name me, so I watch them all. I'm just an FPL. I just love FPL itself. I watch a lot of the content creators. I think they're all good in their own rights. They're fantastic. They do well. They get brilliant ranks. But yeah, I like all of them. Harry, gone for Onana, Chilwell, Zinchenko, S2, Rashford, Fernandes, Saka, Martinelli, and Bundo, and Haaland. What are your opinions? Hopefully United can win this year. Fingers crossed they win this year. I think it's a fantastic squad, Harry. Really good picks in there. Solid. Yeah, every squad I look at nowadays, guys, it's just so good pricing. They all look fantastic. Oh, so Zard said, yeah, but I was asking, isn't it better to have good 4.5s for easier goalkeeper rotations? Thoughts throughout? I don't like rotations personally. I've never rotated goalkeepers. I think you should have one main goalkeeper. Even if it's 4.5, the bench goalkeeper should be 4 mil. So, did I stop playing last year? So basically, the game, obviously my team was active. I didn't play it as frequently. I had a few personal reasons, but I stopped coming on my channel. But yeah, I'm back now. Let's have a good season. Sard says, no differential for me. Maybe Havertz can come in. Havertz a good shot, to be fair. Harry is saying, the only thing I'm thinking is Matoma to Mbembo. Mbembo, the thing is, out of the two, I'd choose Mbembo. The simple fact he's on penalties. He's not a risk of being rotated. I think Matoma's a risk as well because he got so much talent up front. And he tailed off London last season. That concerns me. Did people work him out? Personally, I would be the Mbembo. I'll be in the Mbembo cap if I was going to pick out the two. Emirate, hello, this is my first FPL season. Can you tell me about the boosts and stuff? Because I'm really confused. No worries. So you got a couple of chips that you can play. So one's a free hit. So a free hit is quite simple in the sense that for one game week, you can change your whole squad without losing any transfer hits, like -4, for example. So for that game week, that will be your squad. And in the following game week, it'll go back to your original squad, bringing back all the players that you originally had. So that's your free hit. Bench boost is your entire 15-member squads will be active to play for that game week, so you'll get points for 15 players rather than 11. You've got a wild card where you can play it and you won't get any points deductions or any kind of penalizations. You can change your whole squad. With a wild card, you get those 2 a year, one I believe between game week 1 and 18 and 19, sorry, and the rest is the second half of the year. And then you also have triple captain, my favourite. So usually save that for a double game week and put that on a player who has 2 good games, and you'll get triple the points rather than double for a captain. So those are the chips that you have. So best of luck. Thank you for coming on the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button too. And yeah, best of luck. Hope you get beginner's luck in the FPL game itself. I mean, the -20 last year was horrible. Don't get me wrong. Let's not talk about that. Nah, I wasn't demotivated. I had some personal issues going up. The -20 was the least of my worries at that point. So I lost my friend's group mini league last year. I was saying that I'm #1 for the whole season. Sorry, it can change. Eric Kaimo, always nice to watch your amazing live streams before the deadline. Thank you so much, Eric. Absolutely appreciate your kind words. Thank you so much. And welcome to the channel as well, guys. Everyone, thank you so much. Really appreciate your kind words. Last year, it was just a bit tough personally for me, but I'm glad to be back. I'm in a better position. And I think we'll have a good season, guys. Let's see if I can beat the community being differential. Sorry about the noise, guys. Gonna have some refreshments on this hot day. Absolutely baking here in my bedroom, which is in the sky anyway. What else do we have so far? So any team news, guys, do share it on here. I have Twitter up as well, but if you hear anything, do feel free to share it in. What's everyone's thoughts on Richarlison? So let's talk about something different. Spurs, no Harry Kane, guys. No Mr. Reliable Harry Kane. So that kind of limits us to two premiums, right? So if you go for it by premium default, so we had 14 mil Erling Haaland, 12.5 Salah, 12.5 Kane. Now that makes Haaland the third premium in the game. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about Richarlison. I think Richarlison's going to be quite a handy pick. 7 mil striker, potentially on penalties. Son might be on penalties, or even Maddison. Is it worth going for? Who's going for him? And he's fit as well. He's recovered. I heard the Spurs man. I can't pronounce his name. I'm not even going to try. But he confirmed that he was fit. Eric says, I also have De Bruyne, but I'm not sure if he'll start. Play it by the sword, mate. Play it by the ear. Just take a risk. Why not? If it comes on and goes well. So, how much did the World Cup final break your heart then, Mo? Let's not talk about that. I love the Saudi Arabia game. Saudi Arabia versus Messi, eh? Anyway, my team was Onana, Estupinian, Saliba, Stones, Romero, Rashford, Saka, Bruno Fernandes, Rodri, Haaland, and Ollie Watkins. I like it. I like the way you think, Emirate. I was so close to getting Rodri in my squad. So close. I thought, you know what, for 5.5 mil. But then I had to sacrifice a midfield spot. And for a 5.5 mil player, I'd rather get a defender in where I got some chance of getting clean sheet as well. But yeah, Rodri's a good shout. I like your differentials in there. Love the squad, Emery. Love it. Best of luck. So Richarlison is a mid and we'll be playing. So I'm going to shout. It's going to be a good shout, personally. Yeah. Oh, sorry, you're talking about the T20 World Cup. Oh, oh, broke my heart. Broke my heart. Brought back horrible memories. We'll use that as an excuse for me not coming back on the channel. All right. It was a good game. Good game. But yeah, in terms of like Richarlison's going to be an interesting one. So yeah, I mean, how long we got left now? 1 hour 45 minutes. Emirates says I'm a United fan and was leaning towards Casemiro, but Rodri's more disciplined, so I went with him. You know, in terms of Rodri itself, he does get bonus points, by the way, and he's the most nailed player in that Man City squad, by the way, just to let you know. How many of you are going for Pedro, by the way? João Pedro up front. Any João Pedro fans in the house? Should we just give it a refreshment to see how many managers have joined this game? Have we hit 8 mil yet? 7.66. Refresh it again. 7.760. Nice. Nice. Conte says, my team is Johnston, Shaw, Gabriel, Estupinian, Salah, Diaby, Mbembo, Bruno, Saka, Haaland, Pedro. There we are. And he's got, sorry, I just lost the screen there. Bench, Turner, Chilwell, Kabore. Rotate with the first 4 games. I think that's a really good squad, Konzo. Like the squad. So what I saw in the first half of the game at Arsenal, Pep changed something which to Medvedev probably and wasn't going up front. It's dropping in between centre backs. Hopefully it changes. Yeah, so I think people thought that it'll be a lot more in terms of Stones going up front and having a massive impact. But I think he's defensively there to have like a defensive midfielder role. But we're just going to look forward to more set pieces for him to have a goal threat. I don't think he's going to be one of those that's going to like kind of do the Trent kind of back and forth. More of a kind of like cover for the defence. Sard says, João Pedro brace in game week 1 will be there. Let's see. The only thing the concern about Brighton I have is they have so much talent up front. It's just the rotation risk. A bit like City, they've got so many players up front. Just know who's going to play. I'd rather take that risk with the City, De Bruyne, than unfortunately a Pedro or Matoma. That's the only thing. Let's have a look on Twitter, guys. Let's see if there's any news on Man City. Let's have a look. No team news on Twitter here so far. So around 5 o'clock I can see, potentially, we're going to have some game week news. If I hear anything, I'll keep you guys posted. If anyone else sees anything, feel free to let us know. Emirates supporting my benches. Alisson, Nicholas Jackson, Botman, and what are your thoughts? Solid bench, to be fair. You could put, I mean, Alisson. If that's Liverpool's goalkeeper, Alisson, I personally would save that million or $1.5 million and invest that in somewhere else in your squad. To be fair. So it says Pedro's on pens as well. Probs. Hope Pedro does not play, as if he does, he starts. So Chilwell comes on the bench. There, dudes. I think the issue is with Pedro, right, is the moment he gets benched or he gets taken off early or he has a blank, everyone's going to literally retinker their squad, move away, and it's going to lose value. He's high owned. He's high ownership. Ooh. Yeah, I'm trying to see on... Let me have a look here. I'm trying to see on Twitter to see if we have any team news. Nothing so far. Let's wait till 5, guys. But yeah, any more team squads in there? Whilst you're here, guys, thank you so much for obviously being part of the stream, liking and subscribing. So yeah, thank you so much. I will be doing this regularly, guys, throughout the season. So there'll be deadline streams and knee-jerk reactions as well. Knee-jerk reactions are going to be more common because they're in the evening. Deadline streams going to be a bit more tough because I work. Even weekends I work, so I do one weekend every frequently. But Friday evening kickoff 6:30, I'm working till 6:30, so I probably won't do every single deadline stream. But wherever I can do, I will do. But definitely knee-jerk reactions are going to be there. Konzo, I'm in Tenerife. It's scalding out here. Honestly, mate, come back to the UK. Look at this tan. Oof. It's scorching in my bedroom. It's like 26.5 degrees in here. I can't even put the fan or the aircon on because there's too much interference in this stream. Might have to just rock straight into the shower, jump in and shower before the game. I'm just excited for FPL, man. I'm excited for the Premier League to be back. It's finally something to watch. I've been watching the 100 and keeping myself busy during the Ashes, during the summer period, but I don't really watch much of the Football World Cup for the women's because the timings are a bit different due to the scheduling of the games. But yeah, I'm glad Premier League's back. Any thoughts on Sterling, guys? Who's anyone consider Sterling at 7 mil with the fixtures Chelsea have got coming up in game week 3? That's the one that I'm looking at maybe for Eze. I've got half a mil. Could go Sterling. The thing that's going to make a lot of decisions for me or clarify a lot of things for me this weekend is going to be the Chelsea-Liverpool game because I'm going to be focusing on their teams, seeing who's playing where and what's going to happen really. I really want to see how Mudryk does. I want to see how Sterling does. Enzo, I'm not too sure about personally. Reece James, Colwell, even Thiago Silva is someone that I'm looking at. So Chelsea's going to be the big team that I'm going to be definitely looking forward to seeing this weekend. Emirates, I have 6 million for a new midfielder. Who to get? 6 mil. There's not really many good options at 6 mil, to be fair. 6.5? 6.5 you could potentially get in, 6 mils are tough. Shall I have a look to see who is available? Give me 1 sec. Let's have a look for you. Let's refresh this page. Let's go to midfielders. And it was £6 million. And I like going by cool. So 6 mil, potentially McAllister for Liverpool, I wouldn't go for him. And Cisa at 5.5 is a good shout. I think I should go by price. Yeah, that's better. Coutinho, nope. Tielemans, yes, Tielemans is a good shout. 6 mil. Ericsson, no. Newcastle, no. Arsenal, no, because there's better value, I think, a bit more. Douglas Luiz. At 6 million, to be honest, for me, I'd go for probably Tielemans. Good value. It's a differential as well, so I like that. It's pretty good, to be fair. It could be on penalties as well, for all we know, from Watkins. So, and Cisa at 5.5 if you want to save the extra half a mil, or 6 mil exactly, you can get Tielemans in. Ali Mack, hi Ali, how are you? I take it you don't fancy Chelsea or Spurs this year. No, I do. Sorry, at the start of the stream when we're talking about it. So I've got a plan. The Spurs I don't fancy at the moment. I want to know a bit more about them without Harry Kane, of course. I want to see what Richarlison does. I want to see where Son ends up. Son's been quiet pre-season. Richarlison, erratic. He's done well patches here and there for Everton, but is he going to be as, are people expecting what? The same output as Kane? Are Spurs better or without Kane? I mean, Kane just scored 5 goals for them a week ago. I know Richarlison scored a brace as well, but I'm looking more at Chelsea. Chelsea's more of my team. Spurs, I'll wait and see. Konzo, Morgan Gibbs White at 6 mil. Yeah, Gibbs White is decent as well for Nottingham Forest, but yeah, they've got solid fixtures up front. That's the only thing that's putting me off with him. Ali says, Emirates, maybe Brendan Johnson. Yeah, Johnson could be a good shout as well. I went to Enciso because McAllister, gonna expect him to. Yeah, so McAllister will probably be more. It's going to make him more kind of likely to start with McAllister going to Liverpool. And yeah, we're all expecting more from him, touchwood. Guys, if you're new around here, hit the like button. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button too. So guys, give me your thoughts on my team. Please, no more De Bruyne criticism. Byron De Bruyne, what do you think of this team? Different from the template? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Let me know your thoughts, guys. And also, let me know who are your players, barring Haaland, of course, that you're expected to go big this season. I'm just thinking, should I just put Archer in? That's the only thing I'm thinking. He's owned by how many? Player information, 1.5%. I was told by, the thing is, I was told by someone who's a really good Aston Villa fan, someone that I know, and they were telling me that this is the season that we'll see Archer probably break out a few more minutes. Obviously, with Watkins only, he might get a few more minutes. You know what? I'm just going to put him in, just to be safe. Just to be safe, I'm just going to put him in. Not that he's going to make a difference at number 15 of my squad, but yeah, I've got him in. Got him in. Who's nervous, guys? I am getting nervous. Is anyone going for McAllister from Liverpool? Emirates, Bruno Fernandes, and I think Rashford will start hot and into after the World Cup. Yeah, true. Linesh, oh Linesh, nice to see you. Long time no speak. Oh, it's all good, man. All good. Better. I am much better, thank you. Glad to be back. But yeah, nice to be back. I hope you're well. I hope you've been well, and you're looking forward to the new season. Welcome back. Yeah, long time, man. I had a few personal things going on which made me stop coming on, and I kind of moved away from the whole FPL kind of game. I missed a few game weeks generally, and it was just one thing after the other, and I kind of gave up. And I thought, you know what, I'll come back next year refreshed, and here I am. I hope you are, though. Ali, I'm staying clear of Man City defenders. Top points last year was nice 3 points, and now they have even more to rotate. There we are. It's a good point, Ali. You're convincing me. It's the rotation that kills it, right? That's the thing. I mean, I think the most nailed out of the two is going to be Diaz and John Stones. So that's what's going to cause. That's what's going to cause you to spend the extra $500,000. I think Guardiola. I think $5 million is someone who I'd like to go for, but we'll just have to wait and see. Konza, imagine Arsenal are battering Forest and then Forest score some random scrappy goal. That's what it was. That's what happened to City last season. So going to Ali's point around 93 points for Man City, there were so many games last season that Man City were winning 3-0, 4-0, and then Edison would let one in. I'm not saying that they were howlers, but I'm just saying they would score and they would concede and it would end up being 4-1. You know, City would win comfortably, and they lost so many clean sheet bonuses. Arsenal, oof. Well, a bit more relaxed on them, to be fair. But the thing with this season is, right, there's a lot of hype around extra time and additional time being given. Is that going to dampen or reduce the chances of us getting kind of clean sheets from our defenders? I don't think so. It's only extra 3 or 4 minutes. I don't think it's going to be. If anything, they might get them. They might get them benched like earlier. Could give you rotation, 5 subs, get them off, and. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too disappointed if Stones came off at 65 minutes and clean sheet for City's nailed. Pay that through. So yeah, it's going to be tough for managers, especially after it hits 90 minutes and they see 8 minutes go up. I don't really want to see that, especially if it's Arsenal. Linesh, yes, all good, refreshed. Took a good break from FPL and are ready to go again. Don't we all want to go again, eh? But yeah, no, honestly, guys, it's absolutely refreshing to see all the names that have come back who've been previous subscribers and previous visitors, and all the new names that have come in as well. Welcome. Look, this isn't one of those like high-profile FPL channels, but you know what, guys? I'll do the best to look after all my people, friends and family like you guys who come in and share your valuable time with me. So any questions, please pop them through. I ain't no expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just play the game for fun. I want to have a bit of fun. Forget the template, guys. Everyone's going to play that. It's like 8 million managers playing on. If you're all going to have the same teams, then why is it going to be fun? Just have a bit of fun. Choose 9 players that you want to choose for a template, and choose at least 1 or 2 players that you want to choose. And I'll tell you who my 2 players are. I went for Eze from day 1, and I've gone De Bruyne. The rest of the team is fairly template. Ali, do you think it's worth leaving 0.5 in the bank and ready to jump on informed players? So yes. So as I've already stated at the start of the stream, Ali, this squad is only 99.5 mil. I got $500,000 in the bench. In the bench. I hope it's not on the bench. I got $500,000 in the bank, ready for me to use in game week 2. So in game week 2, what I'm looking to potentially do is Estupinian goes out to Chilwell. Now, for the last couple of days, I had Chilwell in for Estupinian, but Estupinian's ownership is something that's destroyed me. It's just too much. It's too much ownership. 54% of managers, and if he gets a clean sheet and gets a return, that's my game week over. It's going to ruin my weekend. So I'd rather play him, bring in Chilwell. A lot of Chilwell managers around the 15% have, most of them have him on the bench anyway because of the Liverpool game, and then we'll bring him in game week 2. I'll just use a transfer. And then I don't even need to touch the rest of my team, to be honest. And then what I can do is for Saliba in game week 3, I think it is, where it changes. Yeah, game week 3, where it changes. I can bring in Thiago Silva, Colwell if he's doing well for Chelsea. Do I want to go out for Reece James? I can if Guardiola comes in for Saliba, and then I can take out Stones for Reece James. So there's a lot to think about at the moment of what I can do. Logan, any team leaks? Nothing at the moment. Let's check Twitter. Let's have a look. Let's see. Nothing so far that I can see. Let's search in the search bar. Nah, nothing so far. Nothing so far on City. Is anyone in the chat in this stream have anything on Man City team leaks? Please do let us know. And in the meanwhile, guys, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button too. Oh, less than an hour and a half, guys. Whew, just look at the time. Just gone past 5. Emirates, does your captain get more points? My dad just made a team. Yeah, so captain gets double points. Unless you hit the triple captain button, for 1 week you get that chip. Your points for your captain will be tripled. The kind of recommendation I'd give you, not advice, not an expert, the recommendation I can give you is to use that triple captain in a double game week. So what a double game week means is your player will play 2 games in the same game week time. So for example, game week 5, no, let's not use that example. Game week 2, we've got Burnley and Luton, I believe they are blanking, so they're not playing that game week. So maybe in game week 7 and 8, I read somewhere they're going to have a double game week. Now what that will mean that players from Luton and Burnley will have players who are playing 2 games that week rather than the 1 for the standard. Better to play a triple captain there, but don't play it for that game week. I'm just giving an example. Try using it for like a more like a squad like an Arsenal, Manchester City, or a Manchester United, or a Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs. But that's just an example and a reference I thought I'd give you. Conzo says, Emirates, it will be most likely to be João Pedro, number 10 position. I think so, he's going to be number 10 for sure. But then there's Welbeck as well, who can come in as well as subs. Ali, any thoughts on Saka over Haaland for captaincy? I've not considered it, don't get me wrong. I've seen the fixture and thought, why not? But then I've looked at the ownership at Haaland and thought, maybe not. Trevor, welcome Trevor. Nice team, went with Salah. Nice, well done. Thank you for your kind words. And yeah, Salah's a great. He's going to make score a lot of points, score a lot of goals, assists. But I just like to have the spread of funds. I know the fact that I've got double United, City, and Arsenal in midfield. Whereas there was just too many sacrifices. What I would have had to have done. There would have been no Stones in my squad, no De Bruyne, Salah. It's just gonna make too many sacrifices for just getting Salah in. And how many weeks am I going to captain Salah? Probably 1. Bournemouth. That's the only thing that hurt me. Emirates, okay, because his captain is Isak, and I told him to switch to Haaland. Yeah, I think Haaland's a better pick, to be honest. But nothing wrong with Isak. Emirates, who's your favourite club? Oh, I think I'm wearing the badge here. Oh, this way. Oh, it's Man United. I'm a die-hard Manchester United fan. Saad Ali. And Enciso is 5.5. He is. And Enciso is 5.5 mil. Oh, that's a nice breeze coming in. Konzo, you could do Fernandez to Diaby for Salah and put Salah, but maybe you think he's not worth it. I mean, the thing is, Bruno long term is going to be a good pick. Diaby's good, but we've had Bundesliga players who've come in and struggled to hit the ground running. Now, I'm watching him very carefully. I do want Diaby to do well, because if he does well, that's a really good option to have around the 6 mil mark. But it's a bit early to start. We've had Sancho, other players come from the Bundesliga, barring Haaland, that have struggled. Havertz, for example. So we're going to wait and see on that one. But Salah, I just think it's too much sacrifice. I'd rather have Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, I want them to for the first 2 home games. Wolves and I believe it's Nottingham Forest. Emirates, yes sir, same here. Trevor says yes. Salah gets the captain. Just nice to own the beginning of the season. Only nailed Liverpool attacker. Yeah, he is as well. But yeah, I mean, how many managers will go through with Salah and captain? That'd be interesting. That'd be a nice game week to have a bit of differential. Trevor, Udogie is a very good value at that pick. Yeah, he is. And we discussed him earlier. The thing about Udogie is with Spurs is the fact that the Spurs will have really good games. They'll attack, but defensively I want to see a bit more. And the fixtures aren't that great, to be fair, defensively for them. You look at it, United and Arsenal, I think in the first couple of game weeks, it's going to be a tough start for them. Guys, if you're new around here, hit that like button and please hit that subscribe button too. Ali Mac, I think Greenwood needs to go abroad. I think Greenwood, yeah, just needs to start afresh. Maybe at a new club or a new country would be a good shout for him. But he was phenomenal about 3 seasons ago when he was on his peak. Saad, Botman better than Udogie for centre, for clean sheets. I think both of them, long term, I think Newcastle will probably have more clean sheets this season than Spurs. But Udogie has like more of an attacking threat. The fixtures for Newcastle are terrible, first 5 to 6. But yeah, I the 2 long term I'd have Botman. Trevor, I'm scared Botman will drop in price early, picking him up in a few weeks. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't go down to Botman route either. From any of my defenders, I can get to Botman and save some money. I already have £500,000 in the bank, so I could literally just go Saliba to Botman, and then Stones, I could literally make Reece James if I want to. Emirates, what's your prediction for the table this season? I mean, the top 4, Man City's going to win it. United will come second. Arsenal third. And I'll say Liverpool fourth. I can't really pick the rest, to be fair. Chelsea will be a surprise because they got no Champions League. No midweek games, so they get a week-on-week rest, so that'd be good. Newcastle's going to be interesting. Will they do as well as they did last season? Will the Champions League have an effect on them overall? Because last season it was just every weekend they were playing. So a bit more, pressure on the squad, expectations. So we'll have to wait and see. Trevor says Newcastle had hard fixtures, very hard fixtures early, guys. Any updates, guys? If you do get for the Man City team, please do let us know. Trevor, if Liverpool sign Cancelo, then we finish second. I think that is pretty true. But defensively, I want to see how you guys do. Even with Cancelo, it needs time to settle in. That'll be interesting. But Liverpool's going to be interesting. Emirate, I say Chelsea got Europa. Yeah, I think Chelsea will get into Europe this season. They won't be that bad as they were last season, but it's just the week break will be massive for them. But I'm just having a look at the. I'm just gonna have a look at the game earlier, and I can't believe how much Trippier is owned by like 30% of managers. I mean, I think he did great last season, and I owned him for much most of the season. 6.5 mil, the fixtures they got coming up. Bizarre. Trevor says we are one injury away from a disaster in defence. True. Emmett says they got a head off now, and we'll see you next time. So I hope you have a good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Ali Mac, who is the one player you don't have that you fear this game week minus Rashford? That's a really good question, Ali. One player that I don't have. It sounds silly. I would have had Chilwell in this if it wasn't for Stupinian's. I have him. I have a Stupinian. If I didn't have him, I would be literally just sitting there praying that they concede on the weekend. But who I don't own at the moment, I think Salah. Salah's the one. Salah's the one that I wish I had. Assad says, what if KDB doesn't start today? If I get team news, confirmation doesn't start, he's on the bench, I'll still keep him. I think even in half an hour he'll do well. But yeah, if Kevin De Bruyne doesn't start, then I've got Baldock on the bench, Crystal Palace at home, got to wish them for the best. I think he'll get some minutes. He'll get half an hour. That's enough. I have so many plans right now that I want to obviously fix my team up in terms of Chelsea players that I want to get in. Kevin De Bruyne is one less headache I want to worry about in game week 3 because I will want him in game week 3, guys. And that's why I've covered pretty much all the other players, which I think are pretty much nailed. Trevor, Trippier will also be joining my team after the price fall and easier fixtures. 100%. 10.5 for 30 minutes, not worth it for me. Well, to be fair, if you've got Haaland up front against Burnley, why not? Hope he does for your sake. Look, that's just the way I see the game. That's the way I'm playing it. We'll see. We'll see. I said City will sign Paqueta by game week 3. Yeah, but to be fair, De Bruyne is De Bruyne. Good drop Saliba to 4.5. Downgrade De Bruyne and go for Salah. Yeah, again, but I don't want to drop any of my midfielders. That's the problem. That's right. I don't want to drop anyone in the midfield that I do have. And to be fair, who else is there that we could get? It's a bit of a price. So let's have a look. I mean, if I get team news, then who knows? Let's see. Who could I get in? There's no one. Byron Salah, there's no one that I want to go for that I've already owned. Jota? So look, if I do even try to do it, I can get Salah in. 1.5 mil. Nah, I just can't figure it out. Oh, I don't really say it. Yeah, I just can't, guys. I think I'm fine with this squad. The unofficial try. Nice. Best luck for this season, Mo. Thoughts on Richarlison? Yeah, Richarlison seems a good shout. I think in today's press conference, it was pretty much confirmed he's good to go. He's got to be the main talisman now with Kane leaving, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, it could be on penalties as well. But yeah, let's see how Richarlison does. Trevor says that it's a tough one. I'll just avoid Joshua as a Liverpool fan. Yeah, there you go. So that's it. It's just a rotation, guys. The thing is, this is my point I'm trying to get across. Would I rather be concerned about Kevin De Bruyne being a concern due to return from injury, but I know he'll get the minutes later on, or would I rather take a player now who I already have a concern that he's got minutes concern without injury? That's where it literally kind of costs me. I say Martinelli or Foden. If Foden starts tonight, Foden. I'll go Foden. Trevor, too much rotation. That's the thing. That's the thing. Wish you all the best for Game Week 1. Trevor says thank you so much. Bruno, locked. Bruno is fully locked. All my team is fully locked, guys, for now. Should we have a look at Twitter to see if there's anything about Man City? So we've got some news on here that Rico Lewis starts tonight. That's helpful. So yeah, there's confirmations, something about Rico Lewis starting. Let's have a look. Is there anything else on here? Nah, nothing else so far, guys. The only thing I've got from here is someone's just put Rico Lewis starts, but not very helpful. Trevor says Bruno will be playing pretty much every minute this season. With the new rules of the extra minute, he just seems like a must-have. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's pretty much nailed. Probably takes penalties as well for United, most likely. So yeah, let's see. I like Bruno more than Rashford. Value-wise, yeah, I mean, $500,000 if you can. So the only thing I've got is the fact that if I don't get confirmation of Rico Lewis starting, the Stones go. What's his ownership right now? 31.2%. Let's see how low that can go. Hmm. 31.2. So if Rico Lewis starts, then I don't think John Stones will do it. We'll just have to wait and see. Trevor says bold choice to go without Liverpool, but if you can get Salah, then what can you do? I tried it with Salah, to be fair, as well, but I have to lose Rashford, which I don't want to lose Rashford. I have to bring him down to someone like a Maddison or a Sterling. I have to downgrade one of my defenders, and then I get him in. It's just too much. I don't want to get Rashford out. I think I'd rather have the combination of De Bruyne and Rashford for the first 6 game weeks than Salah and like a Maddison or something like that, personally. That's just my opinion. If you're new around here, guys, thank you so much for coming. If you're existing, thank you as well for joining again. Hit that like and subscribe button, please, guys. That'd be really, really useful. Any other team news, guys, that you guys do have? But the only thing I've got so far is Rico Lewis is starting. Jeez. 16.7, not bad. Also, no Pedro or Matoma. No, I don't. I'm not too keen on Brighton. To be fair, like I know they got good fixtures. I know they did well last season, but I'm not too keen on them. To be fair, I'll have to wait and see. I mean, they are nice. The fixtures are great, but again, it's a rotation as well. They're like a Man City with too many options up front. The unofficial try: Flecken, Gabriel, Stupinian, Stones, Trossard, Richarlison, Salah, Rashford, Saka, Joe, Haaland. It feels right. It's a really good squad, by the way, mate. It's a really good squad. It's gonna be interesting to see, guys. Let's see if we get any more information around the team news that we do get. Let us know if you do see anything on Twitter or you get any news. Trevor says Richarlison could be massive for you. Yeah, it could be. Let's have a look. All right, let's have a little bit of play around. Take him out. Let's get Richarlison in. 2.5 mil. There we are. So you get $500,000 back. Oh, it's just without Rashford. I don't know. Just not having Rashford is not right for me. But then I don't want to get rid of Saka if that's the other alternative. Can't do this. I just can't do it. Can't see myself doing it. Richarlison could be massive. He's a good differential. Yeah, prob's going to be swap Stones to Chilwell. Stones is too much headache. Yeah, that's the thing. Truth always wins says, similar to my team, but I've gone low on defenders and replaced Nico Jackson. Jackson is class. He is. I do like Nico Jackson, to be fair. But yeah, let's see. It's just Stones. Stones or City is a headache. Trevor, go with your heart. Oh, I'm just gonna go with my heart, honestly. Oh, you put that doubt in my mind now. Imagine if both Richarlison and Salah get a hat trick this weekend. Beautiful. Let's have a look at another Twitter to see if there's any updates. Nothing so far. Let's have a look. What do we have? No, I can't see anything else, guys, honestly. Just have to wait and see. But Rico Lewis coming in, who will miss out? Akanji? Ake? Stones? Don't want this headache. Don't want this headache. Who do I go for? This is the thing. Trevor, thank you so much. I hope you have a good evening, buddy. Thank you so much for coming in. Good luck to you as well. But yeah, I mean, let's have a look to see who comes in and performs well for it. The joy of FPL is here. Can you imagine Haaland being benched? Trevor, yeah, Chilwell. That's the thing. I'm thinking of getting Chilwell in for Stones. And then Estupinian change that to Reece James next week. Oh, this is the thing. Yeah, so yeah, I agree with you, Trevor. It is James playing a bit for that. He plays injury prone as well. That's the thing. The thing is, what I can do is I can have a look with Chilwell in defence. Maybe get him in, see how it goes. Logan, did leaks come out? I've heard about Rico Lewis is definitely starting, so that's a legit source. I mean, I've seen other like profiles and stuff, but I think we just need to take it with a pinch of salt. I'd rather take it on someone who's a legit source. So let's see what we're gonna get. Just a bit concerned about the whole Rico Lewis thing coming in now because I think that could be Stones as well. It could be benched. So maybe I might take Stones out for Chilwell. Might as well just play that in straight away. That could be one thing. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, I can't see anything on Twitter, guys. There's no team leaks specifically. The only other thing I could potentially do is bringing in Chilwell for Stones at the moment. I think not going double Arsenal's. Martinelli was a good shirt, to be fair, but it just didn't have the funds for him. Oh, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Rico Lewis news, man, it's putting me off. Let's see how many people have taken him out. 31.2 still. So refresh it again. Sometimes it takes 2 refreshes. %, guys. I might just go Chilwell as this goes at the moment. So let's see. Has anyone got any news in the chat here, guys? What's going on? Well, what do you think if I went for a 5 mil Guardiola? So let's see. Only Rico Lewis starts at the moment, guys. So that's all we've got. Just don't know, guys, what's going on at the moment. So let's wait and see. So I think it's going to be quite interesting to see who Man City deploy in defence. This is a heading that I really want. There's a chance he might not play, to be fair, but we'll wait and see. I think in terms of players-wise, I'm really looking forward to seeing who actually starts through, but that'll be quite interesting. R5. So let's see who comes in, guys, and who goes out. It's going to be quite interesting to see, guys, who comes in and who leaves our squads. Or should I go down to 5 mil? Ooh. Chilwell. Potentially. With Rico Lewis playing, I just don't know. I'm just a bit concerned about the minutes for Stones. Do I want this headache? Do I just play Chilwell and just not have to worry about Man City even more? That's the thing, guys. That is the thing. We just put Botman in. Botman could be the one. Let's have a look to see if there's anything on Twitter on here. There's a lot of news around here, guys, about Guardiola getting a debut. Confirmed news. So that'll be quite interesting. So that makes it interesting. If Guardiola starts, guys, so maybe get Guardiola in for myself. That's the thing. Do I want this headache? Haaland benched and Guardiola starts. What a joke. I don't trust Twitter, guys. It's too much. It's too much to take in. This looks quite interesting to see. Cool. What I'll do, guys, I'm going to leave it here for now, and I'll be back with a knee-jerk stream on Sunday evening, and we'll take it from there. But best of luck for Game Week 1, guys. We'll see you soon. Till then, you guys take care. I want to go get some rest. I've been here for an hour and a half. Let's go have a look at some more news and stuff, and I'll be back on Sunday evening. Till then, take care. Thank you for watching.